uh, uh, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and
Mm-hmm.
when do you have it, and something like that. Okay. Are you? Can you still see the presentation?
Yes, I can to see.
That's his food, right?
Yes, food. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then let's move to the next one. Okay, here we go. What do you have for breakfast every day? This is a question for you.
Coffee,
Okay.
sandwich,
Sandwich
bread.
and bread. Okay. So
Yes.
you can use some of the vocabularies also from here, from this, from those words. Do you know every single word, for example?
Sorry, this.
Do you understand every word from here, from this?
Yes. Coffee. Porridge. What mean?
Porridge
Porridge.
is papilla. It's like how can I say, like, do you have it? I think papilla is made, that can be made of fruit, right? Made of yes, like that's porridge. It's not
Okay.
very common here, right? Tea
Uh-huh.
milk, soy milk, and cake.
Okay. Yes. Okay. That's boom.
Yes, that's bun, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, that's also one vocabulary that we use. It's like a cookie, but how can I explain that? It's called, but
Okay.
yeah,
It was me hang.
sorry.
What mean ang? Aquí,
Ah, jam, jam.
yes, yeah.
Yes, it's jamon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the pronunciation, by the way, is ham.
Ham. Okay.
Yes, ham. Eggs, tomato, waffle. Right?
Yes. I know.
This is like stuffed steamed bread. For example, this is a bread. Es como un pan seco hervido a vapor. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe you got some idea. Butter, right? Mantequilla,
Sí, mantequilla.
chips, potato chips, fruit, and salad.
Yes.
So that's the some of the vocabulary that. Oh, also I will send this to your WhatsApp. Don't worry. But in order to
Mhm.
remember that new vocabulary is also we're gonna be learning. So if the question is what do you have for breakfast every day, that can be like I have coffee. Sometimes I have bread with bread. You said sandwich, right?
Mhm.
Maybe ham,
Ah,
eggs, tomato, waffle. These are the waffles, right? I think
mhm.
there is over here butter, fruit, or egg, right? Or
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe fruit salad. So
Yes.
delicious.
Salad.
Okay.
Mhm.
And when do you usually have breakfast and why? At what time usually? You can use this app, for example, get up early, late. When you get up early, I don't know, late to do exercise, search the internet, check the phone, morning. But I don't know, any, you can use any word, but the question is, when do you usually have breakfast?
Okay. Get up early.
When you get
I
up
get up
early,
early. Uh-huh. I get up early.
what do you have when you get up early or nothing?
Mm,
Or what do you eat? What do you usually have? When do you usually
Nothing.
have breakfast? Yeah, I don't know. Not the question is when do you usually have breakfast? It doesn't matter if you use this or no. The idea is to speak. Uh, uh, when do you usually? That means what time probably, right?
So, 8 o'clock.
At 8 approximately. Okay.
Yes, approximately 8.
So why? That question is difficult, maybe.
So, because I have my breakfast.
Yeah, maybe the question why
Um,
can be because I think it's important for health. I don't know.
yes, yes, for her.
Yes. So
Mm,
what do you do also in the morning?
I watch video on
Videos.
YouTube.
Okay. Uh-huh. Maybe you
Um,
check the phone.
yes, check my phone and shares the internet.
Uh-huh.
Um, ¿Cómo decías? A veces, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes, sometimes I do exercise.
Okay, that's good.
Mhm.
The next question is, oh, let me see. Uh, Come on. Do you care about the color when you have a meal? That means, do you care? O sea, ¿le pones atención de qué color es la comida o no? I don't know.
Okay. No.
Not really, right?
Yes, no. Mm.
Yeah. But what colors do you usually have in a meal? I think different color, right?
Yes, white,
Okay,
um,
white.
mm,
Or maybe you don't care
yellow.
about yellow, yes, right? Yeah, definitely. But sometimes I don't know. This is the colors are here because uh, usually doctors recommend that we have to eat, um, for example, green ones, right? The red
Mm,
ones, even meat, or I don't know. They said that the colors are important. Okay. So the next
mhm.
question is: Do you care about food nutrition and why?
Mm, yes. The question, do you care about food nutrition?
Yeah, it's like
Is
es como consideras que es importante
nutrition. Mhm.
los alimentos, ¿no? Para la comida, la nutrición. And why? For example, fats, right? Grasas, proteins,
Mhm.
vitamins, carbohydrates, and water. Maybe you can use, but do you think it's important? Do you care about food nutrition or you eat anything? It doesn't matter. In the morning, I can say, I'm going to have potato chips and that's it. Or I don't know.
Mm. Yes, yes, yes. For me, it's important. It's very important.
Yeah, right? The nutrition.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. And what's your favorite restaurant and why?
Mm, uh, Italian?
Italian restaurant, maybe? Okay.
Sí,
But what is important
maybe.
for you? The environment, the price, the service, el ambiente, el costo, el servicio, the location or the
Mm,
transportation,
for me, it's very important the service and maybe the price.
the price. Okay.
Mm, the service.
Yeah. And in Santa Cruz, is there any restaurant maybe you can talk about?
Yes, there is one restaurant. The name is um I forget. Is
Okay.
Santa Brasa.
Okay.
Mm.
So there are more questions for you.
Yeah.
How often do you eat pizza at a restaurant? Or never? I don't know. Or only
Um,
delivery?
yes, today is only delivery.
Okay. And do you like to cook? Why or why not?
No, I don't like.
Okay. What kind of beverages do you usually drink?
Water and juice orange.
Juice, okay. And how often do you go shopping for food? What do you usually buy?
Mm, no, often. I I go maybe one of the week.
Okay, once a week. What do you
Yeah.
usually eat for lunch and super?
Mm, it's hamburger and pizza.
Okay. And what do you usually for what is do you understand what is the meaning of super maybe?
No, supermercado? No,
Yeah, eat for lunch
it's
and super. But this is a little bit this is new vocabulary by the way.
okay.
Should
What
we
means
eat a
super?
lot in super? Why? It's like brunch or okay, that's a kind of idiomatic expression. Um, okay, sometimes we say like what's the word in English? Um, it's a kind of wow, what the name is like. For example, in the morning we eat breakfast and that's breakfast and lunch, right? Also, but after the lunch, the super is in English is also the dinner, by the way. Yeah, let's
Ah,
say
okay.
dinner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you have
Okay.
for dinner? Or what do you think?
Mm,
Should we eat a lot in super or for dinner? That's the question, right?
no, I think that not.
Okay. So that's good, Roger. Can you
Okay.
can you check the poll?
Mm, yes.
Okay.
Um,
Is it possible for you?
yes, yes.
Good.
Ya lo mandé.
Hey, gracias.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you, teacher. See you.
See you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening. I'm sorry I was calling, but I think we're gonna work in that way. So now I think we are in
We're
time.
in time, don't worry. I just to
Yeah, it's okay. So these are some materials that I was we're gonna work since today. I think it's important to learn something new, and that's why I was working on one small project to. It's called especially this is gonna be about speaking. Okay, the important thing is to practice speaking, and that's why today we're gonna talk about food. Okay, there are a lot of topics, but let's talk about food today.
okay, teacher.
Yes. In order to talk to start, what's your favorite meal, by the way?
Uh, I don't know. I like so much the food. I think I don't have a favorite,
Hmm?
but I like too much the lasagna and maybe meat.
Yeah, meat. That's
Yes.
great. So delicious. And what do you have for breakfast every day?
I like so much the tea, especially like how do you say manzanilla
Mm,
tea of coca, anise.
yeah,
I
those are some spice. No, not the spices. Those are some cheese, right? We can say like um, manzanilla. These are some of the mates, right?
yes, I always try to. I like so much this with some bread, sometimes eggs or I don't know say how to quesadilla. I always
Um, yeah, quesadilla is manzanilla chamolin, for example. Over here, I was looking. I didn't remember. Quesadilla is like It's the same, quesadilla.
Sí, quesadilla. And always fruit.
Some fruit, okay.
Some fruit.
Do you know every word over here? Like
Sometimes coffee, cafe, tea milk. Some people used to drink that tea
in the
with
morning,
milk.
right?
Yes. Soy milk, leche de soya.
Mhm.
Porridge, I don't know what it's that.
Porridge is papilla.
What?
That can papilla made of
Oh, okay.
apple. Sometimes they call pie, right?
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
papilla is made of fruits, pear, apple, or something like that,
Okay.
right?
Cake, torta.
Yeah, you know.
Yes, bread, pan, toast, tostadas.
Yes, pan tostado, right?
Sí, pan tostado. Bun. I don't know what is that.
Bun is like it's also like a bread. Okay, it's called like bollo. We say in
Oh, okay, understand. Yes,
yeah.
well,
It's un pancito pequeñito, no?
yes.
Yes, it's just a small bread. And for example, some stuffed steamed bread is sometimes I don't know. In Bolivia, I think it's not very common to eat that. Uh,
What is
think
that?
about bread, dry bread, and you you put in a slow fire and cooked. Not cooked is steamed, just with the
Oh,
steam,
okay.
como
Um,
pan calentado al vapor. ¿No?
oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that. And
Ham.
ham, you know, right? Ham
Ham.
is yes, made of pork, right? It's like como jamón,
Yes.
eggs, tomato, waffle,
Eggs,
chips,
huevo, tomato. Tomato or tomato?
tomato.
Tomato.
Yes,
Waffle, chips, galletas or
yes,
biscuits.
yes, yes. Biscuits or chips. Yeah.
Yes, butter,
Ah,
mantequilla,
no,
fruit.
chips are potato chips, like this one. It can be yaka chip or potato chip.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think
Uh,
in Santa Cruz is common, right? The yaka chip
yes,
and
yes,
also potato chip.
yes.
Okay,
So delicious.
yeah, it is. When do you usually have breakfast and why? You can use any
Uh,
word or just a question.
well, I usually have a breakfast early. Get up early. Yes, not late.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs.
Yeah,
Now I'm drinking green juice. I don't know.
wow,
Yes. So I drink that. Later I eat a fruit, whatever.
some fruit. Okay,
And, and later I drink some tea with bread or eggs or something like that.
wow, you have a very good breakfast.
Yes.
Do you care about the color when you have a meal or no? Maybe you. The question
Yes.
is because maybe you are, some doctors usually they mention right you have to eat green ones or the red ones. Okay, I don't know, but do you care
Yes.
or just you say it's okay? I don't mind if it's yellow or
No,
white.
I really care that my health. I really care what I eat, especially breakfast. So I try every day eat some fruit, whatever.
Okay,
Yes.
it is important, right?
Yes.
The color. And do you care about food nutrition and why?
I know something like that, and I try to do it, but well, for the life, generally, I try to uh, drink some water every day, and how I say almuerzo, I don't remember.
Lunch.
Okay, in the lunch, I try to my well, I eat some green food,
Mhm.
salad and protein, and one carbohydrate,
Hydrates.
hydrate.
Hydrates.
Okay,
Yes.
carbohydrates. Yes, like just one only eat rice or how do you say choclo?
Mm, that is
Yeah.
chocolate. You know, corn, right? But there
Yes,
is a
corn.
name.
Maybe
Yeah,
corn or something like that, like one carbohydrate.
yeah, corn, sometimes grains. It's important, right? And what's your favorite restaurant and why?
My favorite restaurant. Well, Mexico food. I love it. I love Mexican
Oh,
food.
yeah, it's good. I
Yes,
have you
it's
tried
very
maybe some Mexican food like burritos? I don't
yes.
know. Yeah, it's delicious. I love it
I
also.
have the pleasure to go to Mexico
Oh,
and
wow.
yes, and the food it's so delicious.
And spicy too, right?
Yes, they are so spicy, but it's so delicious.
Yeah, I tried once. I had some Mexican friends. I used to have a lot of friends from different countries because as a tour guide, I worked, I think, for about 5 years so far. And they used to tell me a lot of things and sometimes bring something. And once they gave me, it was kind of chiclet or something like that, something to chew. And it was with chili. It was crazy for me. It was sweet, but also it included chili pepper. So crazy. Okay, but
That's amazing.
mhm.
Okay, the Mexican food, I only, well, I eat French food, Italian food, Chinese, Indian, no, I never proved that. I never tried it. So Thai, less.
Okay, Thai food.
Yes. Yes,
Hmm,
I think
okay,
Mexican food.
very good. And what's important for you? The environment, the price, the service, location, transportation. What's the most important and why?
The environment, the food, and the service.
Okay, good.
And have to be, how do you say, unido or equilibrium?
Joint, like, yeah, I understand what you mean. It's like
Yes. I think
maybe
I
neat.
have to, yes, I have to pay
Mhm.
for the service and environment.
Right,
It have to be good in that.
sure. And how often do you eat pizza at a restaurant, or maybe never? I don't know.
At the restaurant, once at the month, maybe. I don't used to eat so pizza, but
Okay,
sometimes
not
in
very common
delivery.
to eat, right? Here in
Yes.
usually pizza, we have the idea when we eat pizza about delivery, right?
And delivery, and when when I'm with my friends, sometimes
Ah, okay.
yes, yes.
Do you like to cook and why or why not?
I like, but I don't know too much. So maybe sometimes
Oh, yeah. And what kind of beverages do you usually drink?
um beverage. What's that?
That mean that's like some liquid you drink, like let's say Coca-Cola or
Oh,
some
okay.
juices.
I try don't drink too much or too often the Coca-Cola and Sprite or something like that. So just oranges, lemonade,
Mhm.
and water.
Well, yeah. How often do you go shopping for food? Or maybe somebody else go, but what do you usually buy when you or your family go to the go shopping for
Once
food?
once at the week.
Once a week. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because we need supplies, right?
Yes.
Over there, over here, we don't need, by the way, this is just something interesting. In La Paz, we don't need refrigerators usually because it's cold.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. And what do you usually eat for lunch and super? Should we eat a lot in super?
Super? What's that?
Super is dinner.
Oh, a super. Well, in super, maybe some. Usually, I don't have too much hungry. I'm not too hungry, but I maybe sometimes it's the same. Eat. I ate at the breakfast, like tea with bread or quesadilla, two quesadillas.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, it's important. Yeah. I think they said that the most important meal in the day must be the breakfast, right? And the lunch, not so much, and dinner, much better if it's so light.
Yes.
We shouldn't. Then you mean we shouldn't eat a lot in super, right? Or in dinner.
No, not too much.
Yeah, because that can make us fat or
Because
gain weight.
yes, because you later go sleep
Mhm.
and your body cannot work too much. It's more slow. So you can eat like a meat with rice and corn or some so heavy. So,
Or eat fricassee. Do you know that? Fricassee?
yes, no, that's completely no.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's why usually we gain weight when we are in January, right? New Year's Eve or in Christmas because we eat at night. Okay, that was it. Thanks for being in the class, Noelia. I hope you like this topic. That's gonna be kind of this one. We're gonna talk about. We have, I think, around 100 topics to talk and very interesting ones. And I hope this is gonna be much better than the past because the speaking is important. I consider.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
can you
teacher.
check the poll?
Yes, I finished.
Okay, great. Very
Thank you,
okay. Thank you
teacher.
very much.
See you.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so now we're gonna continue talking about this topic, but I think it's important to remember that if you guys are not able to be in class, you can watch these videos later, and that's the idea, in order not to miss the materials that we're working with. And that's why I consider it's very important to tell the teacher, and of course that's gonna be possible to work. Don't worry. Okay. Um, anyway, let's start, please, with this last part. Today we are going to talk about food. I consider food is, you know, you already told me what is your favorite food, but now there's gonna be this material is based in questions. There are many questions about, okay, in English. In this case, we're gonna start with this material. There are a lot of topics to talk, but the important task for me is to practice speaking, and that's why. Well, um, let's get started. When we talk about food, we can mention about, vocabularies can be related with this kind of with these words. Let's think about food, and probably in your mind there is you can see of something related to fruits. I don't know, or some words such as breakfast, lunch, dinner, or sometimes we don't say dinner. It's also super. Okay, that's a new one. I think. I guess. So what do we have for breakfast every day? You can answer over here. And well, I don't know. Probably you have um, some breakfast with a sandwich, with rice, with eggs, a coffee, bread, toasts. But there are some of the words that you can also use, right? You can say sometimes I have coffee, porridge. Porridge is a kind of in Spanish is like papilla that can be made from fruits or from yeah, especially from fruits, apple, pear, or whatever. Tea milk or soy milk. You can have sometimes cake, bread, toast, bun. Bun is a small bread, right? Small bread, rounded. So sandwich, stuffed steamed bread. Sometimes we there are dry or dry bread. We can make it soft. We can soften with boiling on the in the steam only. Okay, that's stuffed steamed bread, right? Ham is made of pork. Eggs, tomato, waffle, chips, butter. Or fruit salad. That's very healthy, of course. And when do you usually have breakfast and why? Maybe probably you will answer. Um, I will. I usually have breakfast early in the morning when I get up early. I don't know. Sometimes I have just tea, then I exercise or whatever. But I don't know. It depends. Somebody can say at 8 o'clock or 7 a.m. in the morning. And the first thing I do is, first of all, you can say maybe I search the internet, I check the phone, or I watch a video, listen, or turn on the TV. When I'm hungry, I usually have a full breakfast with egg, potato chips, or yaka chip, potato chip, or whatever. So something like that. And the next question is, do you care about the color when you have a meal? According to the doctor's recommendation, they say we have to eat different colors, especially the three colors, right? Red, yellow, and green. But it depends if we are looking for some of the amounts of iron or zinc, some vitamins. So related with some fruits also, it depends, right? But usually they say it's very important to eat multicolor food, right? Because it's healthy. It depends also on the appetite, or maybe you don't care about food coloring, right? Just I eat anything, but I don't know. But I think it's important, right? And the next question is, do you care about food nutrition and why? Words maybe used over here. According to the doctor recommendation, like look at this picture. We have a different kind of food. Look at these carbohydrates, like mostly contained in the biscuits or chips, sometimes in grains, right? And when we eat fruit for vitamins and for some of the, this is very nutritious, right? When we eat some vegetables or fruits, and also meat, right? For that's very healthy also to eat fish, red meat, white meat, egg, or whatever. We need it. Sometimes some less chocolate or some candies, it's not very healthy. So it's important to eat with less fats, right? And it's important to have to take care or to really take care or really care, sorry, about the amounts of these contents, right? Talking about food, like fats, protein, vitamins. Of course, the doctors recommend to drink a lot of water. And I'm sorry, in number five, what's your favorite restaurant? Probably you like to try some Mexican food, Indian, Chinese, Thai from Thailand, right? Or French food or Italian. Usually, some people like that. Or maybe there is missing some of them like Argentinian restaurants because they cook, they prepare a lot of meat, right? And I don't know if for you it's important to the environment, if it's very neat, wide, spacious, with a nice view, or maybe you care about the price or the service, right? Or location, transportation, whatever. But it's just up to you when we want to talk about this, right? So those questions are also about how often do you eat pizza at a restaurant? Probably in our country, we don't eat too much pizzas at restaurants. Maybe most common one is to get one from delivery. I don't know, but sometimes maybe with some of the friends, you can go there and get some pizza. And the next question is, do you like to cook? Why or why not? Talking about this question, we can also ask, do you like cooking? Why or why not? It's the same, right? Over here, we're using to cook is infinitive, and we can also use gerunds, right? But just about talking about grammar. But I don't know. Personally, I really like to cook. I'm not good at it. I know the simple things, but I like it. So sometimes maybe we can't because of the time, right? But what kind of beverages do you usually drink? In our country, I think we drink a lot of sodas, water is important, right? I don't know. Some people can usually drink some beer, it not too much, right? Not spiritual drinks. I mean, just juices like orange juice, apple juice, or whatever. So pineapple juice. How often do you go shopping for food, and what do you usually buy? That's a question for not only for you, can be for your family too. Um, Usually, families go for to get appliances, some of the groceries, right, to the markets, supermarkets, to get some of the food, right? And usually they buy, vegetables, fruits, and some other ones like milk. And what do you usually eat for lunch and supper? So lunch, is common, and super is maybe a new word for you. Super means dinner. Okay, it's just kind of idiomatic expression. Sometimes people use it instead of saying super. Sorry, dinner, right? So when we talk about food, also it's very interesting to mention one word. What is very common in English is brunch. It's mixed breakfast with lunch, right? the branch one, or sometimes it's very common to name it as a snack, right? Sometimes here in La Paz, let me say, this the most common branch or snack is tucumanas or um, kind of empanada. I don't remember well this one. Also, is salteñas, right? That's the most common one. Meat can be made of chicken or red meat or whatever. But, okay. Anyway, you have this for the last one. For further reading, you can look for this link. I'm gonna send this lesson to WhatsApp, and you can check it out in order to have to gain more vocabulary and to try to understand. This is very important, interesting topic, I think. So thanks guys for watching this video. I hope we're gonna see each other in the next class tomorrow, by the way, right? So let's check it out and work in your homeworks. And thanks for being. So see you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.